I've spent much of the last few months interviewing people from within the FTSE 350 companies that are leading in terms of the representation of women at the top of the organisation. It's been a fascinating and really rewarding exercise. Like all good research projects, this one began with an end in mind. Our aim was to provide people with practical advice about what they needed to do to advance gender parity within their organisation, by learning from those who'd already made the greatest progress. Now, we were pretty sure we wouldn't uncover a single formula that could be applied successfully in any organisation, but we thought we'd come to a broad understanding of what successful organisations did and didn't do nevertheless, and that would provide a useful response to the question that we were being asked by a growing number of business leaders who were saying, look, we've invested a lot of time and resource into achieving gender parity in our organisation, and either A, the needle hasn't moved, or B, the needle has moved and we're not sure why. So what should we be doing? Well, as it turns out, we were right about the absence of a formula. But at the same time, we've failed to spot the more fundamental problem. They were asking the wrong question. Among the many conclusions that we draw from our research, the central one is that achieving gender parity isn't a question of what you do. It's a question of why you do it, who does it, how, and when. In fact, while we find some differences between organisations in terms of how they do things, there's very little difference in terms of what they actually do. Most have employee resource groups. Most have spent time looking at recruitment and promotion processes. Most have programmes in place to prepare women for leadership. These are boxes that are being ticked by most organisations with anything more than a passing interest in achieving gender parity, even the ones making little progress. What distinguishes the leading organisations from everybody else are the people driving things forward, the extent to which the reason for pursuing gender parity is embedded in the culture of the organisation, and a keen sense of timing. Organisations that have done this foundational work are seeing diversity flourish relatively effortlessly, and aren't especially concerned about things like the impact of a changing political climate on everything they've achieved. Gender parity is now just a part of how they do business, part of how they view the world. So I'm really looking forward to sharing the detail of the report with our partners and anyone else who's interested to find out more about it. And you can find more information about it on our website.